I'd like to try to tie some threads together. Was there something that specifically attracted you to the horror genre you became kind of known for, or was it frankly just good work to pay the bills at the time?
Uh, I didn't go looking for it. It found me. But when it found me, I went, wow, I like this. I really get to use all my emotional capabilities in horror. Uh, and I'm talking about good horror, horror that takes time to carve out the relationships, right? And build relationships and build the character of the people. I'm not talking about slasher films. And I mean, like the Frighteners, like Cujo. What actress would not die to play that part? I mean, it's every emotion. It's just everything that was in me. And I look at my work in Cujo and I think it's so honest and it's so not acting. And I'm really just really proud of it. But that's why the more I did horror, the more I really found I liked it. But I do a lot of Christmas movies. I mean, I have people texting me every day. I saw your Christmas movie on Lifetime, and I do a lot of. I just recently did a sweet little picture for kids. It's for kids, and it's about this adventure going to this other land, and I don't. I'm proud to be a scream queen, and I do a lot of other stuff.
You've another thread that's kind of common is you do end up working with children a lot, it seems. And
yeah,
and you've said earlier that you kind of draw on this motherly thing, not from your mother, but from the, from the energy, or what you're tapping into in that way. Why do you think maybe the universe has somehow aligned you in that way for you? I mean, do you look back, and that was kind of the other thread I was looking at. Do you see something special on that for you?
I I think the roles that you're right for find you. And I mean, have I played very rich women with no heart? One. Did I have fun? Not so much. I don't like roles that don't involve a lot of heart stuff. I'm just an open heart kind of girl. And, um, in reality, horror films really do play with your heart a lot. And a lot of people don't know this. You should research it. The positive attributes of watching horror films do really good things for your brain. Yep. And they build up your ability to be able to handle things, to assess danger. It's pretty interesting reading if you want to delve into it.
Problem solving and things like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Some of the on-screen children you've worked with, many of them have gone on to incredible success. I mean, how cool has it been to see, Ke Huy Quan just exploding onto the scene with Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Loki now. I mean, after you work with him as, he was just a kid on, Together We Stand, and then Henry Thomas too. He's killing it again.
Well, Henry has had a steady career. He's continually worked. successfully and brilliantly for years. Key just kind of dropped off, at least in America, as far as I know, and then popped back. And I wrote him when it came out, and I said, "Dude, I'm so proud of you, and so glad you're back." And he wrote me back, and it was really sweet to hook up with him again. I remember him as a very, very sweet boy to work with.
And
But yeah,
Henry's,
I love working with kids. I do. You know, kids don't have agendas. They just want to come in and play. And they're open to anything, right? And it's not such a big deal for them. It's like, yeah, let's go do this scene so we can go play some hoops out there. I like that energy.
Cujo just celebrated its 40th anniversary, and we've been talking about it throughout the course of this interview. And, you know, because obviously it still stands up after all these years. I'm sure you've heard it by this point, but last year, Stephen King said in a podcast that you should have been nominated for an Oscar for that role, and he feels that you should have won.
Very appreciative of that. Thank you.
Did you know that he had such a high opinion of your performance in that film?
I did not. I did not until I heard that comment. Thanks, Stephen.
When was the last time you watched it, Cujo?
Oh, the last time I watched the whole movie,
yeah,
last year, at a screening that I don't usually, when I do go to do Q&As for screenings, I don't usually watch them again, but I hadn't seen it, and oh my God, I said at the end, I feel like I've just shot the whole movie all over again. I could remember everything. I could remember going down. One day we had to get this shot, and it was the last day we could get it. And so the second camera and some makeup assistant took me down to pick up this shot. And all of a sudden, before we did, I went, "Guys, wait, I've got blood and dirt all over me." Oh, so there was this pile of mud there, and she said, "Hate to do this, Dee, is this okay?" And I went, "Well, I guess we don't have any choice. We've got like 10 minutes of light here." So they put the blood and the mud on me, and of course there were maggots all the way through the mud. Oh, sure. Because we were working on a working farm, on a ranch. So, you know, I'm actually just started my latest book, and it's not on the healing. You know, my latest healing book just came out, Born, Giving Birth to a New You. If you want the formula for creating everything in your life, it's in there. But the new book is Horror Stories from a Life in Horror Films. And that's one of them.